Okay, so these two kind of the last ones actually. We've gone through the whole form except for these two. So you can watch it on YouTube. Just type in whichever one you want. But this one is in the second section, this Dragon Rollback, I call it. It's actually just a transition, but I've made it a posture because it's hard for people. And then an advancing low press. And I'll go from where we are in the form. It's kind of here, and you toe out, and you lift up your high press. And as you turn, you slip your left foot through. As you shift to it, the knee can come almost touch the calf, or touch it. And then you step up with the right, and there's your low press. So that's the form piece. And now we'll do the function piece. Okay, so we'll start from high press, because we kind of did that in our last videos, but you can look that one up. It looks like this. Knee grabs my wrist. Again, the grab is just to illustrate, you know, all these functions aren't really like, okay, we're fighting, but also want to see what you're supposed to be doing with your hands and your feet. So as I shift forward into my high press, I literally get my release by trying to push this off. If I'm worried about his punch with the other hand, as I should be, I try to turn. So best if I can actually take his elbow and just push it. And that will expose this whole side of his body. Because my left foot's going to come up and push his knee down. So this is a kick. It's a dragon kick with the foot toed out. And you're pushing, you can also just push the knee to the floor, or you can just scrape and break the ankle. Lots of options with those kicks, but those are some of the easy ones. You also can just step behind here. And notice I'm really close in, so when I do my rollback, it's going to look like that. So the whole foot thing is a big deal. You also have a knee strike for the IT band before you get the foot in. Okay, so that's enough for the foot. So you've seen what it can do. And then from here, I go to his eyes, and this gets me to get his other hand, if he hasn't punched me already. And when I get it, I lock it, and I can kick again. So you can kick at any point in this juncture. You can kick early, or you can kick after, or you can just step at this point. And as you shift and put your knee in the calf, this makes them lean forward. And this allows your right foot to slip right behind his other leg. And you already got it going this way a little bit, so your press can go across the shoulders, and he'll trip over your own leg, your right leg. So you kind of are doing a trip. So that's from a grab. You can look at all kinds of things. You can grab with both hands, and you can do this kind of lock too here, where you're getting under the opposite elbow, right? Then you can do your kick, and you've got both hands locked in, so you can just kind of just pushing up from there. What else? There's another lock that kind of looks like this too. Yeah. That'll give you that. So rollback is actually a slap to the face or a chop to the neck before you kick. That's all possible from the ground. Again, a lot of people don't think Shinao is very useful in a real fight. Maybe it's not. But I think it can be, and it's good to see at least what it can do. So that when if someone gets it on you, you know what it's like. And you know how to get out. So I think that's useful. But anyway, now we'll look at a punch. So he's going to punch with his right to my head. And here's my high press to get it off. Notice I've got this cross to help me with that. Notice I leave this open, so when that punch, the second punch comes in, I'm going to bring my foot in to attack, and I can attack either leg, but whichever one's easier, that's the one you're going to get. And as you shift forward, just to get him off of you. Long enough you can just step in and do your press. So it's a really advancing situation. We're not really retreating now. We did that in the earlier part of the form, but here we're just coming in with this, see it? And it becomes a little more aggressive, but at the same time defensive. So that's from the 1-2. You can do a hook with, if he does a hook with his right, you'll look at it. like that. You just throw in the foot real early. As soon as you see him gun up, just throw that foot right to his knee. And that might discourage a second punch. Let's actually do it from this side. If he does his left first, there's your high press. And here's your rollback. And then your low press will look like that, where you just come in this way. And you can push this right on the hip. His hip will collapse if you push on the angle of the line here, right where the hip joints meet with the leg. So that's pretty good from a punch perspective. We're just kind of looking at this one, not the next one too much, but a little bit. So if he grabs from around the waist and you're in this high press position, you're going to look at it like this, where you come across. Oh, on this way. Yeah. And what you're going to do is reach across the head if he's on this side and just peel it out. Then you can kick that back leg. It's his front leg actually, his right leg. So that's why if he grabs on the other side, you can still do it, but you're going to grab the lats, which are under the ribs here. And you just take them and peel them and drop your elbow as he's going to hunker down and try to pick me up. So that's what I'm going to do. Hope that's clear. So that's pretty good from that one. There's a lot of other things kind of implied in this, but we won't touch on that too much just for time's sake. But there's, if you get with a partner and you work these things out like this, you'll start to see it. So now from the grab to low press, you can do a cross grab fine. And this is an advancing low press, so you're really trying to step in under his legs, like that. And you can do a higher press too, see it, and then go low. So it might start high and then go low. You can lock the arm before you do your press, and then lock it again. Here, this is a lock and break on the wrist. So I push the wrist into the wrist, his wrist. What else can happen? Oh, if he grabs and pulls you and decides to hit you with that other hand, watch. You can use this, I'll come in that way. Or you can just use the circle as a block. Gosh, this one's really vast. You can just, also once he's there, watch, you can grab here. And then your low press is going to look like that. Or just grab the shoulder, and if he's bigger than you and stronger than you, you better have some of these things worked out. See, you might even need to do that to do press. If he's bigger and stronger. So, from a punch, low press again, he punches with his left. There's our high, here's that rollback position we were just doing with the kick. So when that punch comes in, you just drop this right underneath. You can just drop it on top as well. It's really flexible. I mean, anything you get, you just move it right across the shoulder. That's the main thing. If you're going to go low, you're going to try to get, if you're going to go low, just try to get the groin with the hand and then push into his hip to move him. So you just want to kind of collapse him this way. Oh yeah, the hook. If you're looking at the hook, you're going to block with this and then just strike the groin right away. This can come in to the face, and if he blocks anything with either hand, just block with your bottom hand. Yeah, then you use your elbow and just, there's your press. Depends on how he reacts on the inside. So you might do a 1-2, so it goes 1, 2, see it? And then your press is going to look like this. Where you're pressing his body together. Now grab her on the waist. So, let me start here. So you kind of open on this rib, see? So when this comes in, you're going to have to do something that looks like that. See it? So I'm going to compress his head right into my hip. Push him out. Yeah. There's another one if he comes around this way. He's coming through this hole. under this one. Yeah, and you're going to look at dropping his head into this, my right elbow. You just push it right into the elbow. So that's what press is just meaning. You're pressing, making a sandwich. Might be his arm, might be his head, might be his shoulder, might be his hip. Doesn't matter. Okay, push hands first in this now. I think that's pretty good. And other foot first. Left foot forward first for this advancing Dragon Rollback, I call it. These are both advancing postures. So if he pushes with his right, this one, I just neutralize. Now I have an option. I can either neutralize and come forward and push his sternum with my forearm. But the best version for a bigger guy is to come across his body underneath his arm as you shift forward. So the more he pushes, now the same thing applies. Don't pull this away because then he's got you. So you have to match his pressure and drop his pressure into your front legs. And then his pressure pushes himself. That's Tai Chi, you know. Other systems, they don't care. They just hit, punch, whatever, no problem. But in Tai Chi, we have to learn to absorb and take that energy and project it. Can't add, can't take away. Just keep it exactly equal. Okay, so that's that one. Next one, right foot forward. And you push it with that same right just so you can see it. And then your press is going to do that. Just go right across the shoulders again. So press actually has this momentum with it. I don't know if that's clear when I did the form, but you want to have that kind of circle going on this way. So now, again, you can make the mistake of turning too much again. See? Same mistake, same problem, same solution, except this one's more tricky because instead of dropping it in the same leg, you're going to drop it into your forward leg with my right. And then push with my left. So it always has to be opposite hand and foot in Tai Chi for application. So if I shift right, my left hand needs to be full. The right hand is active in some respects. See, it's kind of keeping him busy. And it's also nice because if he switches and doesn't push with this one, but starts to push with this one, I can still use that. So it'll work on either shoulder. Press is really nice for that reason. It works either way, and it should be looked at very in detail. Okay, thanks.